so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Candace, I saw when I was on with you last time, I saw the links that came through. Watch what we did together. Thank you for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You bet.
Thank you for taking the time out to speak with me.
No problem.
And can you tell us about the Guardian Center's training facility for first responders?
Absolutely, Candace. Guardian Centers is an 830-acre complex dedicated strictly to disaster preparedness and response training exercises. Inside that 830 acres, we have a 75-acre metroplex complete with city streets, 6 miles of intersections and multi-lane streets. We have over a mile of interstate. And that all feeds what you see behind me here, which is a multitude of multi-story buildings. They're all self-sufficient. We have a command center with a heliport. We have collapsed city blocks that are dynamic, moving parts, moving floors, special effects, role player chambers, subterranean tunnels to create the immersion that first responders will need, that kind of condition training to be more effective in their events come game day.
And what are some of the man-made and natural disasters the training facility can simulate?
Here at Guardian Centers, we can replicate the realistic effect of earthquakes, tornadoes, flooding on a large scale. Here we can conduct exercises from the small unit, self-contained, a multitude of those at one time, all the way up to a 7,000 participant event stretched over a month duration. We have the ability to stress the first responders, their leadership, their plans, their equipment, and now we have, courtesy of General Motors, the ability to create traffic immersion, full immersion where vehicles are in the way or vehicles have to be searched on a large scale.
And can you tell us about the donation that Chevrolet is making?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. We're very proud of this association, but it all started from an unlikely place. If you remember back to October when Hurricane Sandy came through the eastern coast, we had a stack of vehicles out on a dock there that were all flooded. And so normally these vehicles would have had to be written off and salvaged, but we contacted the Guardian Center and said, could you use these? Now, again, these are cars that nobody wants. If you smell the inside of one of these vehicles, you won't be happy. They're not good. So, but what they make is a perfect kind of training ground, as he was saying, for first responders, especially because any vehicles they may have had in the past were just kind of junkers they got from the junkyard that maybe already had some structural problems. These are brand new cars with the latest in materials, composite materials, high-strength steels, which as a car make them very safe places to be in an accident. But for a first responder, sometimes it's hard to get into them to help people who have been trapped inside because of these new high-strength materials. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. So we thought these 300 cars, which again we're going to, you know, for all intents and purposes, they were dead. Well, maybe they're going to be here to help save some lives.
And how will this improve the safety of Americans?
Well, the Guardian Center's concept is primarily where multi-agencies can come together in one place to train. It's for let's take a house fire. You know, that's a dramatic event, it's immediate, it's traumatic, and your fire crews are well trained to go out there and address it. But if you have a large disaster where it's an earthquake and there are 100 or 1,000 house fires, that's overwhelming. You have a terrorist attack, same kind of thing. It's overwhelming. Katrina, Rita, those were overwhelming events. Sandy was an overwhelming event. So how do you bring all of the agencies together to respond effectively? They have to practice together. And that's what Guardian Centers is designed to do.
And do either of you have any additional information you'd like to share?
Well, for any of the agencies out there, military, state, local responders, I'd ask you to go to guardiancenters.com and give us a call. We would appreciate the opportunity to show you what we've built down here.
And if you're looking for a car with that new car smell instead of that fishy smell like the ones they have here, go to gm.com.
Well, thank you, Geoff. Thank you, James. Truly appreciate it. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Candace.